Hey everybody, just want to do a video here on how themes work and how they interact with audience looks, and a little bit on how our screens are configured in ProPresenter for the sanctuary. Hopefully this gives you some insight on generally how the screens and themes and looks interact. For more detail in that, I would go to the videos that Renewed Vision has made. They do a good job of explaining everything with a lot of detail, and it looks more professional than what I can create. I just want to get you guys the content as quickly as possible. I want to give you the information as best I can without misleading anything, so I know how we use it, and I want to explain that. And it's just how we're using it right now. We're growing supernaturally fast. It's a lot to steward, but I want to do a good job of showing you how we're using it, but I'm very open to any other ways we can do stuff, and I welcome people to try some things. You can download ProPresenter for free on your computer. It'll just have some watermarks if you're using screen, so it wouldn't work for a service. And if we need to use it for a service at church, let me know. We can figure something out. But yeah, let's just dive in. I want to help make services as excellent as possible. So with that heart posture in mind, let me go over some stuff on how to set up slides and themes and looks in ProPresenter and how we use it. So if you go to up here on this ribbon, in the drop down under more, we can click Theme Editor. So a theme controls what is displayed in an audience screen. So those words are kind of close, but the theme, we're in Theme Editor, it applies constraints and controls how content, whatever's in your slide, will look on your audience screen. So for example, this scripture verse, this is under Themes, MC Scripture, Scripture for Stream. We have the verse itself in a text box. We have the reference in another text box. And then a scripture, a scripture lower third image, basically. It's technically a PNG, which just means everything else is transparent except for the text box. So anytime we apply this theme to a slide, it will move content to fit this. So text boxes will be moved to the location where they are on this theme, and the graphic will be added behind it. Same thing for the LED wall, except there's no graphic. There's the scripture verse and then the reference. So how would that look for slides in general? Let's go over here. I'm using MCEs. I'll delete this. Don't worry, guys. I'm going to delete it. If we have a new slide, let's do edit slide. We have a text box, so we'll say this is the scripture verse. I'm not worried about spelling. I don't spell good, guys, and there's no spell check in ProPresenter, so double check your spelling, but we're just going to go click here for time's sake and to get you guys the information you need. So in the second text box, we'll do reference, because that'll be a reference verse. We'll do 33 because we can. So we'll go back to show. So we created a slide. It has two text box. Right now it probably won't display it all, which is fine. But we want it to look like the theme we created. So we right click, Themes, Scripture, and we'll do Scriptures for LED. And now it moved to the font type and position. Let me get back down there. Sorry about this, guys. There we go. Now the font type is applied and the location. So fonts, locations, font size, font type are applied when we apply the theme. So we can do that on a per slide basis. So every time we create a slide, we can apply a theme, and it'll format it correctly. But the way we're using it is to have a different theme for each screen. So we have a screen for the LED wall, which up here on this under Screen Configurator. If you want to access it, you can go to Screens, Screen Configurator. Our audience looks, what our audience sees are these ones, LED wall and stream. Example one is just there. The LED wall is, of course, our LED wall. So that's something that the audience sees. In the stream, which is a different audience, they see content. So we want to control what goes to each screen and how it looks. And we do that through looks. So again, if we go to Screens, Edit Looks. I think a lot of people who have done ProPresenter have applied audience looks. And I just want to touch on what an audience look is. So for the audience looks, we're on worship. I've selected worship. That's what let's go to scriptures. Sorry, we go to scripture because that's what we're working on. We're working on scriptures right now. There's the different screens that we have are listed: LED wall, stream, and just an example screen. We can play with that so we don't mess up these ones. There's a bunch of different layers that all stack. So they stack vertically. Video inputs are here. Media would go on top of that. Slides would go on top of media. Presentation is the next layer. Announcements, props, so on. So the main things for scriptures that we're using on the LED wall are media and slides. I can go into detail on that later, but the thing I want to point out specifically is the presentation. So the presentation allows us to put a theme in a look for a screen. So I'll say that again. This presentation lets us put a theme. So here are all the themes we have. These are the ones we were just messing with. It allows you to put a theme. The look allows you to apply through the presentation a theme, Scriptures LED, on the screen in the audience look. So now when the look is triggered in the slide, if we go right click, add action, audience look, scripture, what it's doing is on the LED wall it's saying we're going to have media layer, slide layer, and we're going to format all of the slide content to look like this theme we created. Same thing on the stream, slide content, it's through the presentation we're going to apply a theme, which is scriptures for stream, and now that content will be displayed a specific way on the stream. So now if we click the slide, we see up here on the LED wall it's formatted this way, and on the stream it's formatted this way, just as we would expect. It is the theme that is applied through the audience look. I hope that helps. That's basically just what I wanted to show for now. So if ever something's not functioning, you can go in and check the looks. Sometimes they get messed up. It's very rare, but it happens. Same thing for worship. There's different themes that are applied. So LED wall for worship, the LED wall audience screen has a theme applied, which is under songs, lyrics for LED, and you can see this is a really small preview, but it puts the lyrics at the top of the LED wall, and on the stream, songs, this theme puts the lyrics at the bottom of the stream. And that's basically it. So again, this is just to explain how we're utilizing ProPresenter. This is somewhat generic in that the looks will always be able to apply these themes, but I wanted to talk about a little bit specifically how we're using it, and that we are just using LED wall and stream to apply themes. And that's it. If you have questions, I'm sure you have questions. I'm sure I messed up a bunch of words in there. Maybe you have questions about why I can't spell, and that's fine too. We can dive into that. But ask questions, watch the video. Let me know if you have questions and how I can best help you. If you want to sit down and learn some more, let me know. We can schedule some time for that. But I will ask if we're gonna sit down, watch some videos on it first from Renewed Vision and see if they can answer your question, because they can probably explain it better than I can without misspeaking and with better clarity. But I will do my very best to explain stuff, and we can downshift as much as we need to communicate as clearly as possible so we can all move forward faster in growing the kingdom of heaven.